Hi everyone, welcome to the E-Waste Busters, a Pro Stewardship Presentation made by the Beta Lambda Mu chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. The presentation is focused around raising awareness regarding the cause and effects of improper e-waste recycling and disposal. To begin this presentation, we need to take some influence from the following quote about the significance of our attention to our land we live in. It is important to focus on the why behind supporting responsible e-waste disposal. As stated by John Paul II, the earth will not continue to offer its harvest except with faithful stewardship. We cannot say we love the land and then take steps to destroy it for use by future generations. Here's a chart displaying what e-waste consists of. It is important to note the specifics behind what is e-waste so as to begin to understand the problem. As shown, e-waste is divided into two categories. One is electronic waste and the other is electric waste. From the two, electronic waste is responsible for a higher percentage being deposited improperly in landfills because this type of waste is produced in a higher proportion and has a shorter life cycle. Additionally, this type of waste is composed of materials that tend to break down faster than other electrical components, such as a refrigerator. Forget the trash. Dispose your e-waste the eco-friendly way. Ever wondered what should you do with all your obsolete, used, or out-of-style electronics? The answer is not to throw them in the trash. E-waste, the term for electronics waste, is the toxic legacy of our digital age because our discarded electronics are adding tons of metals and plastics to landfills. They are also contaminating drinking water and harming ecosystems around the world. In fact, the Electronics Take Back Coalition estimates that in the U.S., we scrap about 400 million units per year of consumer electronics. According to the EPA, United States Environmental Protection Agency, only 12.5% of techno trash, e-waste, is being recycled. When e-waste is burned, disposed of, or recycled improperly, it harms the environment and poisons people by putting dangerous pollutants into the air and the ground. Additionally, improperly disposing of e-waste poisons the drinking water for animals in and around the property of the facility by creating drain-offs into other parts of the surrounding countryside. The world is large, but it is all connected. These dangerous poisons will eventually make it back to humans one way or another. A study done by Thanemos Saganata in 2019 completed research focused on heavy metal accumulations in frogs surrounding an e-waste dump site. The study was founded by Khon Kaen University in Thailand. It is an important side note who the researcher is funded by. It is as important as what the researcher finds because of bias and conflicts of interest. This study has no conflict of interest in its funding. The following is an attempt to sum up a 17-page research paper. The researchers tested for heavy metals in the water and soil of the surrounding areas. They also tested the accumulation of the metals in frogs. The concentration in the frogs exceeded the food standards as noted by the FDIC. If the frogs were to be consumed by any of the locals or by any other animals, and then those animals eaten by humans, the adverse health effects and risks of cancer become highly possible for the locals that live in the area. It is important also to look at the long-term effects of the situation. This is only one of many poorly managed electronic waste sites around the world. What happens when the water surrounding these many areas pours off into other bodies of water and then off into the oceans? How long will it take to get back to humans? If e-waste continues on the same track, soon the heavy metals will be everywhere in all food. Knowing the negative impacts e-waste has on the environment and those who live in and around the processing facilities, it is important to ensure e-waste is making way to e-stewardship companies rather than conventional recycling companies and or landfills. In many instances, conventional recycling companies attempt to avoid the expenses of processing less profitable materials, which are either disposed of through incineration or dumped into landfills. In either instance, pollution is being pumped into the environment and poisoning the air we breathe or the water we drink. For instance, when copper is too expensive to extract from the acids used in aqua regia, the remaining solution is sometimes poured out, releasing the copper into the water table. So, what is an